This content is for informational entertainment purposes only and should not be considered professional advice. Some details may not be entirely factual, and viewers are encouraged to verify information independently. The views expressed are personal opinions and may not reflect the official stance of any organization. Viewer discretion is advised, and if you choose to do something stupid,
that boy keep coming, Big Willie stunning. You can keep pimping, but you know that ball running. About to break the roof until it burn to nothing. Cause them T-Can beats got it hot like oven. That boy keep coming, Big Willie stunning. You can keep pimping, but you know that ball running. About to break the roof until it burn to nothing. Cause them T-Can beats got it hot like oven. Get it on, break it down, break it down. It don't matter if you really wanna battle.
welcome to Ask Black Ones, and I am your man, T-Can Hustle. By now, everybody and their mama knows about the recent case involving 34-year-old Kelly Bryant from Pontiac, Michigan, whose 3 children aged 15, 13, and 12 were found living alone, basically abandoned, in deplorable conditions for almost 4 years. Or until the Oakland County Sheriff Department finally received a tip from an undisclosed person. Now, I like to wonder what happened to social service, what happened to child protection, what happened to the local schools, what happened to truancy. This is what a portion of our tax dollars is supposed to go toward to help protect these children, but evidently these children were black, which happens to be a perfect example of systematic racism. But let's get back to the story. Bryant was charged with child abuse and is currently in custody with a $250 million bond. Now, most people probably think this sets a new precedent for the shittiest parent in the world. But that's nowhere near the case. So before we give her this shittiest parent award, I want to take you back to 1994 when a white woman intentionally drowned her 2 children. But not only did she drown them, she had an excellent plan to get away with it. Blame it on an imaginary black man. And that she did indeed.
On Tuesday night, October 25th, a frantic call is received by the 911 dispatcher in Union County.
These are her children, and she jumped out of the car, and he took the car with the children, and he's headed toward Chester.
Some guy jumped into a red light with her car with her 2 kids in it.
Now just listen to how the people that heard the story make claims, no allegations, but stating this like it's a fact. They're saying this like they were in the car with her.
Susan Smith says she'd been driving in her car in the town of Union with her 2 boys. At an intersection on Highway 49, she claims a black man with a gun jumped into her car.
Damn!
Several miles down the road, she says, the carjacker ordered her out and got away with her 2 sons, 3-year-old Michael and Alex, just 14 months.
So let me get this straight. A black man jumped into your car at a red light, which means this is inside the city limits, in a populated area with mostly white people, and nobody's seen this take place. Now, I definitely remember this well because at the time I lived just under 100 miles away, and I knew that I better keep my black ass in the house until they found a black man to lynch for it, because I fit the description. Young black man with the medium build. Now, even though I didn't have a medium build, and to be honest, I was young, but I didn't have to be. The only thing that mattered is whether you was a black man. So all the black men that was anywhere around in the vicinity knew to stay at home. And of course, they didn't investigate. They got ready to eliminate. The police department, sheriff department, along with the community, all strapped in arms, formed their lynch mobs, set up roadblocks, and started looking everywhere for this mysterious black man. On October 25th, 1994, Susan Smith went on national television and claimed that a black man had hijacked her car with her 2 sons.
I would like to say to whoever has my children that they please bring them home to us where they belong.
Now, of course, everybody from the black community knew that it was a lie off top, because if any black man hijacks a car and discover 2 white kids in the back, you can best believe they're gonna return the car.
Jesus Christ. Unequivocally now. Not gonna elaborate on it? Hell no.
Her tearful plea for their safe return ignited a massive manhunt with police, media, and the public all searching for this supposed suspect.
Jesus Christ.
Meanwhile, black men across the region, especially those fitting her vague description, had to walk on eggshells. Law enforcement set up roadblocks, questioned innocent men, and the racial tension in that area skyrocketed. But as investigators dug deeper, Susan's story started to fall apart. As days passed, Susan's account became increasingly suspicious. She failed the polygraph test and her timeline didn't add up. Investigators pressed her harder, and after 9 days, on November 3rd, 1994, she finally cracked. There was no carjacker, no black man. She had driven her car into John D. Long Lake and let it roll into the water, drowning her 2 children as they were still strapped into their car seats. Her confession was not only devastating, it was infuriating. Black men had been scrutinized, questioned, and feared for over a week, all because of a white woman's lie.
Susan Smith has been arrested and will be charged with 2 counts of murder in connection with the deaths of her children.
Stuff like that don't happen here. It's just...
Did you believe her?
Yeah. Everybody believed her. I did. Well,
something wasn't right from the beginning.
And look how these black people chimed in. They definitely wasn't gonna let the news get away with this. And he looking like he might have ran into the lynch mob with that neck brace on.
Everything come up that's wrong, everything come up that's bad, first thing to do is depict the black man as the epitome of evil.
It was a clear reminder of how easily racial bias could be manipulated for personal gain. The black community was outraged, and rightfully so. But it gets deeper. So why did she do it? Susan Smith had been dating Tom Findlay, the son of a wealthy businessman, and he had made it clear in a letter that he didn't want a woman with children. That was enough for Susan. She saw her kids as an obstacle standing in the way of the life she wanted. And instead of choosing them, she chose herself. But not only did she put her kids last, she was married to David Smith. And they were having some marital issues. She tried to wash her hands clean by playing into white America's deepest fears and prejudices. She weaponized her whiteness, as usual, and relied on the racist assumption that a black man had to be responsible for her tragedy. So finally, she had her day in court. The prosecution argued that she was a manipulative, selfish woman who killed her children to chase a man. The defense painted her as a deeply troubled woman with a history of childhood trauma. In the end, she was found guilty of 2 counts of murder, but was spared the death penalty, and again, probably won't be the case with Kelly Bryant, receiving a life sentence with the possibility of parole after 30 years. And coincidentally, that 30 years just passed. And her ex-husband David did not forget what she did, because he made sure to reach out to the parole board and say that she does not deserve parole. And it must have held some weight because they denied her parole. Many question whether a black woman in the same position would have been given the same level of sympathy or a chance at parole. So the conclusion: Susan Smith is still in prison today, although she became eligible for parole in 2024. And over the years, reports of disciplinary infractions, affairs with prison guards, and general lack of remorse have surfaced. Yet, despite all this, she still has a chance at freedom. It reminds us of how quickly people are willing to believe a lie when it fits a convenient stereotype. And it forces us to confront how many innocent black men have been accused, arrested, or even lynched because of false accusations. This isn't just Susan Smith's story. It's an American story. And until we start questioning these patterns, history will continue to repeat itself. Now, do you think that if Susan Smith was black, that she would receive the same sympathy or opportunity at freedom, or same response from the law enforcement and community? Do you think that Kelly Bryant will get the same opportunity at parole for what she did to her kids? Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. And if you would like to see more videos like this one. And please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for tuning in to Ask Blackwards. This is T-Can Hustle signing off.
Let's get it on, break it down, break it down. It don't matter if you really wanna battle, hurt them up like the cattle. Call me Mr. Walmart, cause I reduce your value. How you knee deep in shit creek, stuck without a paddle. I'm the truth. You worse than the politicians lie. You play games on the block.